How's it going, YouTube? Today is June 14th, 2026. And today we're going to be watching and reacting to the Dead by Daylight 10-year anniversary broadcast. All right, I believe we are starting now. I believe. Okay. So right before this started here, there was actually some technical issues here on the YouTube stream. That's what we're watching. So I got the Twitch stream in the background, just in case we need it. 10 years of Dead by Daylight. That's crazy.
We want to make sure that you understand just how committed we are. This is just the beginning for us.
10 more years. Thank you. The Fog turns 10. Join the celebration. June 14th. That's today. All right. So I think it should be starting here shortly. It's supposed to be 7 p.m. Central Time for me, and it is 7:02. So, all right. So, okay, we got a countdown. We'll be right back. All right. Here we go. No generative AI was used in the making of this broadcast, or the content shown throughout.
Remember, it started with a game, and we all play in the dark. It's a ritual, a grand spectacle. Then we celebrate. And celebrate. And celebrate. Until someone wins. And tonight, it's you.
It's me.
And now you're here. You hunted. You survived. And we celebrate you. You are the game.
Dead by Daylight. Got dark screen. Hello. Think it's supposed to be like this. 10-year anniversary broadcast. I don't think it's lagging or nothing. Hello. Okay, so after about a minute of the black screen, we got cut to this. So they are having a live event where I don't know if it's Montreal or whatever their studio is. So I believe this is live, but we're not getting any audio here. So I'm also checking the Twitch stream. It's going back and forth. So they can all hear it there, which to be fair is probably the important part, right? But we can't hear anything here. Yeah, so let's go to the Twitch channel. Yeah, so they're having some technical issues on their end, but we'll keep watching. We'll stick with the YouTube stream here. And hopefully we'll get some audio before they actually start showing the new announcements and whatnot. So, Maybe I'll cut here until we actually get audio. So, all right. So I'll go here until we actually something happens.
What we got up to today.
All right, we actually got audio here now. Finally, I think they're aware of it.
Oh yeah.
So okay, and then the Twitch stream just died, so some technical issues here.
Montreal. This is absolutely amazing.
All right, so Montreal here.
Everybody here with us. Thank you so much for joining us. There were some gaming stations where we showed the new.
Yeah, so this is the live, like I think it's like a fan event they're having. That's pretty fun.
One of the highlights. Some people took amazing pictures in the claws of the entity. I hope everybody managed to grab
It's a
one
cool
of those
big bonfire.
plushies.
And yeah, then they had all these stations there where you can play as Jason.
Play the game because, you know, that's what we're here for. Our team at the immersive department of behavior created an awesome wall of killers also for you to enjoy. I hope you took some great pictures. It was so fun, at least.
It'd be fun to go to.
Be able to look at this and sort of be part.
Unfortunately for me, Canada is kind of a long ways away.
Now,
Excuse me, sorry.
again, thank you so much for being with us for this.
All right. So, this anniversary marks obviously a huge milestone for Dead by Daylight. Because of that, we want to do things a little differently. Today, we will be more transparent than we have ever been when it comes to what we're going to present to you.
A lot of people there.
It will be a bit less about deep dives and more about celebrating what got us here and where we are heading next.
So, okay, we know that you can't wait to know about all the future stuff, but we will kick it off with a look back and fun behind the scenes about the earliest days of Dead by Daylight. Then we'll show off some amazing upcoming content for the next couple of months, but also for the whole year. But, you know, we'll also keep some surprises for later because we love to surprise you and to delight you. And then we will close things out with probably the biggest endeavor we've ever made in the history of our game, and one we're hoping that will shape the next 10 years, at least, of Dead by Daylight.
10 years. And we playing this. Everyone's gonna be an old grandpa still looping Myers around pallets.
Hey, you're a good crowd. We love you. Thank you.
We love you too. Now, before we get started, as I said, today is as much about celebrating our game and our community as it is about celebrating everything that goes with it. So many people traveled here to join us. We've had the chance to meet many of you. And so over the course of the show, we'll have a roving reporter / community director, Mr. Eric Pope. Yeah.
Wow.
He will be traveling through the crowd.
Thank you, Matt. You look great up there. How's his jacket, folks? Pretty shiny, right? Pretty good. That's right. I'm in with the community, as is my job, and I'm very happy to be here. I'm very honored to be here with all of you. Thank you for coming. I love you all. So my real job is to cover while they do transition, so I'm going to talk a lot tonight, so get used to that.
I don't know how long this thing's supposed to
Something that I
be.
wanted to dig into a little bit more. We have a lot of people from around the world. 5 continents, in fact. If you know geography, that's most of the continents. A dude came from Guam. That's in the middle of the ocean on the other side of the world. There's people from Ireland, from China. 19 people from Japan are here. It's pretty amazing. So I really wanted to get you guys warmed up. That's actually what I want to do right now. So let's do a little call and response. Okay. So first one. How many killer mains do we have here? Okay.
Not many. I used to be.
Survivor mains?
When I first started playing.
It's about a 4-to-1 ratio.
Yeah, actually, I have no idea how long. I thought maybe this would be an hour.
You've been playing DBD since day 1.
I've been playing since day one on Nintendo. Well, I can't lie
know
about
how
that. I was
many
gonna
of
say
you
Nintendo
have
Switch, but that's not true.
1,000 hours of game time.
I almost do. I think I had like 700 when I last
Here's a
checked.
tricky one. How many of you have over 10,000 hours of game time?
That's too many.
Before I hand it back to Matt and the gang, I wanted to bring on one of our friends, your friend and mine. Come here, young man. Come here.
Oh my gosh, it's the legendary Otts. No way, he's at the
I'm joined
DBD
by
event.
The lovely Otts Darva. I'm going to be grabbing folks throughout the night to chit chat. So, 10 years of DBD, you've been around. What has it been like to watch it grow over the years?
Well, it's a great coincidence because I also started making videos and streams about 10 years ago.
Amazing.
And it started with me in a room doing things in a really clumsy way. And now I've come a long way, me, my community, my content. I get to hire editors, 3D modelers, artists, and do things that honestly blow my mind. And I feel like the game has also come such a long way as well. Like, I remember when this game had trailers that were voiced by Matthew Cote, and when half the dev team was on the live streams, and we did not give them a minute of peace back then.
Did you see that he took it back? He took his catchphrase back. Can you believe that?
Yeah, no, we were waiting with anticipation. I don't think we got to play the hack rematch, but I will bother you about that.
Snap.
You know, maybe for the next year. But it's been a lovely, lovely time, and I'm so proud of the community and for everyone that's built it.
Absolutely, and you and so many more have been such a huge part of it, and that's what we're here tonight celebrating. So, Otts, thank you. You can sit and enjoy the rest of the show.
Yeah, I have no idea. I thought an hour. This might be 7 hours.
I told you I was going to talk a lot. I shouldn't be. But last thing, we do have Twitch drops for you watching at home. If you are on Twitch, they're available only until the 16th, so watch a lot of streams. And then one last thing, I don't know if they have an asset for it, but we're doing something cool starting on the 16th. You can get a Jason Twitch chat badge and
No way.
a DVD chat badge. We've never done that before. I want to know what you think of it. It's going to be fun. All right, I'm going to shut my mouth now and
Uh-oh. Like I said at the beginning, there were some technical issues. Before they started here, they're having tech issues here.
hand it back to Matt
Okay,
and
we're good.
Dave and get
All
back
right.
to the show.
Yeah, that's
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, so the Twitch stream dropped, went off air. I might have to boot it back up. But we'll stay here on YouTube.
All right.
Game.
As we said earlier, we'll start with a little trip back down memory lane. Because as much as today's about celebrating where Dead by Daylight is going to go, it's also about remembering how it all started. And to do that right, obviously, we need one more person to help us out here. Someone who helped define the tone, the spirit of what Dead by Daylight is in those early days. I'm, of course, talking about Dead by Daylight's original creative director and now creative director on the upcoming Blight Survival, Ash Pannell. Please give him a warm welcome.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Oh, we're hugging.
Come on, give me a hug.
Now, the last time us three were on stage like this, except for the rehearsal, was when on year one we were at the Canadian Video Game Awards receiving a trophy for the Trapper, in fact, and for the Player's Choice Awards, which was ridiculously meaningful to us.
Oh, yeah.
So it was really cool.
Amazing.
But that was not the first time we'd worked together. We may not have worked much in the last 10 years together, up to the build-up of Dead by Daylight, but we'd always worked together, but all of us in different ways on different projects. And really, like, where does an idea like Dead by Daylight come from? It comes from, it took us a long time. Like, this may be the 10th year since its launch, but it took us many years beforehand to get to that point.
With you, today we're celebrating the 10th year anniversary of DBD, but for us it's like 16?
16.
Something like that, yeah.
It goes back to a little franchise we were working on about a very naughty bear.
Yeah.
Come on. And we were doing a multiplayer game mode, and me and Dave were working late into one night, and we were doing a
So
mode
late.
called Jelly Wars, which involved 3 bears being hunted down by a naughty bear. They had to do it, and really it was kind of the very inspiration for making this asymmetrical horror game.
Sounds a lot like DBD.
I mean, it really was, and it was super cool. And it took us years from that point to then keep building momentum. We built the prototype,
We're here
and
at
then
the
that gathered
Dead
more
by
momentum,
Daylight
and then
official
Every
eventually
time we showed
moved
it,
on.
people
Oh,
were like,
wow, look
"Oh,
at that.
Well, there we go.
our very, very first dev diary.
Oh my gosh. Cheese is a
Look at the
big
So
baby.
young and full of cheese.
Yes.
Can you put the serious background, please?
That is the first time.
Oh,
Here
and
we
that's
go.
us winning awards at the Canadian Video Games.
Good
But so
times.
this led to us essentially doing more prototypes and trying to get
Yeah.
that idea again and again because it was so good. And every time we showed it,
People loved it. Like, people would watch it, they would see it, whether we were in the gray box or whether we took the earliest version to PAX and E3. I mean, this madness of launching our game at E3.
Yeah.
I just forget
Well,
this
that's
game
what
was
we really
published by
loved the game,
Starbreeze.
we
Does that even
all-
exist anymore?
about a third of the team went to E3 to launch the game, which is a terrible idea.
And let's be honest, it was all well, they were all important, but like we were all there. The technical director, everyone was
And
like,
the rest of the team was at home freaking out because everything was exploding and we weren't there.
we weren't there. We didn't know.
And are there things in the prototype or in the early game that didn't make it to the game?
The flying killer.
Yeah.
Still haven't done that.
The one that smashes everything in the entire level.
Yeah. The little piglet
The
running
piglet.
around. The piglet.
The little
Yeah.
piglet, yeah. that
Plus
was
the
it.
pig somewhere.
But a lot of them
Oh.
made it through eventually. Like a lot of.
I'm sorry, guys. We're being told to wrap it up.
Oh.
So, because I mean, look, there's a lot of story. The three of us, could talk forever here about the past on Dead by Daylight because it really changed us. It changed our career. Since the very early days, we became
Change
friends.
behavior.
Yes, we are family, brothers.
Friends. Yes.
Yes. And yeah, so, it evolved how we work, how behavior is, the next project we've been doing. And yeah, we're still here after all those years because we love Dead by Daylight and because you're here, of course. And we hope that those first ambassadors of the game that supported us in those early days are still enjoying it as much as we are.
Now, so much of this success we're talking about is, of course, thanks to the mysterious evil only known as the Entity. Now, it is the true secret sauce of Dead by Daylight. And the Entity doesn't just create horror, it collects it.
Entity.
It's given us a chance to really do what we do and to go and gather legends from everywhere around the horror world in one very special place. So from FNAF to Stranger Things to Alien, Sadako, Resident Evil, the list goes on.
Gosh, they're all so spooky.
I'm curious, since we're all here right now from the beginning, let's just name our favorites. Of course, I'll start. I'll say Halloween because he was our very first one, and he's the first one that came in.
Rest in peace, Michael.
And then I'll go Nicolas Cage because that was crazy.
So good. For me, I mean, it's no surprise. It has to be the Naughty Bear Trapper skin.
Good choice.
I
Good
can't
choice.
not.
Yeah. Nutty Bear Tree, am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, it has to be Silent Hill. Absolutely. I played this game so
Silent
much.
Hill.
To me. And as a second choice, it would be our next upcoming chapter, a legend that we tried to have for so long. It's a character we always wanted to have. Yeah, and he always belonged here. So let's take a look.
Mr. Jason. This was at the end of their 13-hour live stream. Did you guys have watched that at all? They did like a 13-hour like teaser for this. I watched like a time and I stopped. I bet it's Crash Bandicoot. It's Jason. Jason. Jason Universe trademark and mask. Copyright Horror Inc.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, he's there.
hey, buddy.
So spooky.
Okay. I'm comfortable.
Big fan.
Yeah, we're fans for real. So yeah, after all this time, he's finally here with us in the Museum of Horror, and now it feels a little bit more complete in the universe of Dead by Daylight. Yeah. Yeah. So, Jason has been playable as part of our Steam PTB for a few weeks now, and in just a couple more days, he'll be officially releasing across all platforms, even this one here. Right, buddy? Okay. So let's have a look on actually in the PTB how it happened.
Gotcha with that two-tap!
Oh, clean.
A 15-yard.
I had fun with Jason. We messed with him a little bit. We played the PTB.
Jason also has.
We'll be getting him on Nintendo Switch.
Hello, surprise.
Please. Please. It's so over, bro.
New. Available 16. So that'll be 2 days from now.
We're back. Hello, everybody. How you like it so far? Well, bye. Oh, hey, everybody. As you just noticed, I'm joined now with Polyester, the one and only. We're talking about the game's evolution right there, and you have also, like Mr. Otts, watched the game evolve over the years. What's it been like witnessing it, experiencing it, being there alongside the game and its journey?
Well, first of all, thanks to all the killer mains who stuck with this game from the early days, because you suffered, okay? You couldn't kick generators. There were 2 windows in the shack. You had a vault speed that was slow as molasses. The survivors could break your hooks permanently. The trapper, you could have your traps broken permanently, and yet you all persevered. So give yourselves a round of applause for that. But eventually, incrementally, the game improved.
Yeah.
And even through all of those early pains with the infinite loops, the Steam count, my friend told me today, never dropped below 15,000 players per month on average in all of that time through the growing pains.
Yeah. It was pretty remarkable from the start, yeah. And now here we are 10 years later.
It's a
Can you
beautiful
believe
thing.
you're still playing this video game?
Yes, I can.
Good. Don't stop. We wanted to have Pauly on because he's so emblematic of our streamers, which are central to the success of this game. And anyone who's a streamer here, I want to commend you because you are all community managers. Genuinely, you're managing your own communities and making our community better, and you're doing your own part. And yours in particular, I find particularly wholesome. So thank you, Pauly.
It's very kind of you. Thank you.
Jason's everywhere. How does he do that?
I was in an elevator with him today. He was wet. He was moist.
Join the club. Well, I think it's time we start actually showing you guys some new stuff, talking about some stuff we haven't talked about. Pauly, do you like movies?
I love movies.
Well, I think it's time we give you a little more info on a little movie about Dead by Daylight.
DPD movie? Have they announced this before? They must have. They did. I probably forgot about it.
Okay. Is the light coming on? Okay.
I'm putting the roll the
Next
trailer.
up, Eric just said,
Oh.
we do have some news that we would like to share about the Dead by Daylight movie. Now, who better to help me out with that than the folks that have been working behind the scenes, bringing this incredible project to life. First up, help me welcome Dead by Daylight's own Stephen Maroney. He's the Chief Product Officer at Behavior. He is also a producer on the movie and someone who's been part of the Dead by Daylight family since the very beginning. One of the key voices helping the team capture the spirit, the tone, and the authenticity of our game. Joining him is one of the biggest names in the modern horror and the producer of the Dead by Daylight movie, Jason Blum. Hi.
I'm coming.
Have a seat.
Is it on? I'm coming here every day. I mean, this is amazing. Thank you very much. That's so nice of you guys. My day got so much better. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time to join us. So, Stephen, we announced the movie a while back, but we haven't really discussed any of the details too much publicly. Can you kick things off by reminding people where we're at with this?
Absolutely. On the production side, as you know, we're lucky enough to have teamed up with Jason Blum and James Wan from Blumhouse Atomic Monster. We have a script in place, penned by Alexandre Aja and David Leslie Johnson McGoldrick. Aja is the filmmaker behind Haute Tension and Crawl, and David Leslie wrote The Conjuring 2 and The Conjuring Last Rites, making him a longtime collaborator. A longtime collaborator of James Wan's. We could not be more excited by the story they've crafted for us.
Now, we are obviously... oh, yeah, okay. I'll let you take a picture. It's worth it.
All right. I love it.
I did the same thing this morning.
Okay.
So, let me begin by asking you, why Dead by Daylight? What interested you in this project?
Well, thank you for asking me. Thank you for having me here. We have built a company with Blumhouse and Atomic Monster off of various pieces of intellectual property that the fans are crazy about. We did Five Nights at Freddy's. We've done and a lot more. I'm not going to sit here and list my credits, but what I will say is it's really, really fun and a really great challenge to work on something that people are so passionate about and so emotional about and so sensitive about. And we've had great we're really partnering 100% or 50-50, whatever you want to call it, with Behavior, so that we make a movie that is for the fans. And if anyone else happens to like it, that's fine, but we're not making it for them. We're making it for you guys. And so you're gonna really help us as we go along, not make any mistakes, and we hope this is one of many, many more to come. And we're really pleased that Behavior has not trusted us because, like I said, we're doing it together, but enlisted us to work with them to make a movie you're gonna love.
Beyond the next 500 years. Congrats, Water.
Not to go too much, not to give you too long an answer here, but I think where Hollywood has really made a mistake is coming into projects like this and saying, oh, you know your game, but we know the movies. And we took the opposite approach with Scott Cawthon and Five Nights at Freddy's, which is like, you know Freddy's, and we're gonna help you realize what you think the perfect movie would be. And that's the approach we're taking here. It's a very deferential approach because what you guys feel so passionate about, we want you to feel that way about the movie. And the only way we'll be able to do that is to work closely with our friends at Behavior. So we can't wait to get going.
Awesome.
And we're sorry it's taken a little longer than we thought, but things are going to speed up right about now.
Yeah. Now, I have to ask
Now I'm supposed to ask you.
Oh.
Now, this is a setup question. I'm
Yes.
being set up. Now, why did you think Blumhouse Atomic Monster was the right home?
So I will list some more of your movies then, since you didn't want to do it earlier.
Fantastic.
So from Paranormal Activity to Saw and Insidious.
Saw.
Your track record is one with real staying power, which is exactly what we wanted from the studio that's adapting our game. With Five Nights at Freddy's, you took a beloved game and turned it into a cultural horror event for the entire world. For Dead by Daylight Partner, that's the credential that matters the most. And you didn't rest on that track record at all. This year alone, Blumhouse Atomic Monster put two of the biggest horror films of the year into theaters at the same time, with Backrooms and Obsession.
That's the next chapter. That'd be funny if that would be a chapter.
There is simply no other studio I'd want to be working with on this film.
Now, a few moments ago, we said we had an update for everyone. So, would you like to share some news?
We do indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we finally have a director for Dead by Daylight.
This will be out 2028 at the earliest.
So we're really happy to be partnering with this filmmaker. Our game is one that's rooted deeply in atmosphere. And it was our goal to find someone with a distinct visual style who's also a master at conveying the dread and tension you'd feel when you're playing Dead by Daylight. Here's a quick peek at some of his work.
Now, that was a clip from the fantastic horror film The Damned. We are thrilled to have its director and the future director of the Dead by Daylight movie also here with us today. Help me welcome Torger Paulson to the stage.
Yeah, hopefully I don't have to cut that movie clip out, but I might have to, so apologize.
Thank you so much for joining us.
YouTube doesn't like fun.
Now, everyone here, we have had our own experiences with Dead by Daylight. I would like to start by asking you about yours.
Well, I first discovered Dead by Daylight during the pandemic. My flatmate at the time was playing the game constantly, and I would find myself walking by and get sucked into the game he was playing. And it's interesting because at the time I wasn't playing it, but I could just feel that this dread coming from the screen, and I'd get sucked in. And there's just something about that feeling. And he would constantly drag me back in, and I'd play it and play it. And what struck me about the game was how cinematic it was. And I was constantly waiting for something horrible to happen. And as a filmmaker, that
I don't think he's played in a while.
connected with me. And there's just something there's something about the way that the game creates dread. It's very unique, and that's what drew me in.
Dread for the 500 painkiller.
Now,
Constant pallets. Dead hard everywhere.
now, Stephen and Jason, I would like, bringing Dead by Daylight to the big screen is not going to be a small task, obviously. And when we started looking for a director, what was important to you? What were you looking for?
Well, it was really a process we went through together, and there were a lot of candidates who wanted to direct this movie. And I think both of us were really looking for someone whose work shared the same DNA as Dead by Daylight, and both of us really felt that in The Damned, even though they have nothing to do with one another, there's a shared DNA and a shared feeling, that shared sense of dread that we both want to see in the movie. And so we picked our fearless leader.
I really wanted to. Let's say, because this could be like a slasher movie, right? Just have to trap her or something.
So for me, it started with the haunting beauty of The Damned. Every frame in the movie feels cold and inevitable. It's exactly the kind of atmosphere we live inside Dead by Daylight.
You can tell this guy's just reading off the script.
What sealed the deal for me, honestly, was talking to Sordo directly. He had a deep insight into the script.
Doing a good job, though.
As well as the game, too. He genuinely knew the material. He didn't just show up with a surface level pitch. He put in the work.
Maybe I'll see this. I haven't been to the movie theaters in forever.
Now, Torger, I know it's still early days, but can you give us a little inkling of what this world will look like through your lens?
Well, for me, the main thing is capturing the feeling of playing Dead by Daylight. The main thing is I want to capture the feeling of looking over your shoulder. I want to capture the dread, the tension, the fear of what's waiting for you in the fog. I love horror that stays with you after it's over. And that's the
This is not going to be a good movie.
experience that we want to bring to the big
I
screen
hope
for
it's
you guys.
decent. You guys, what was that one game they made? The Frank Stone game. You guys remember that? They made that with fuck. What was that company made?
I think I speak for everyone here when I say that we cannot wait to see what you'll put on the screen for us. Now, the last question, of course, everybody wants to know the story details. We're, of course, not quite ready to pull back the curtain, but is there something we can share?
Without giving too much away, what I can tell you is the film will take fans to some of the most iconic places in our world.
Myers House.
McMillan Estate and Greenville.
Greenvale. Villain.
And you can look forward to seeing some of your favorite faces in the fog. Recent fan favorites and original characters that started it all.
Should I be in the movie? If they hire me? Who should I be?
We'll, of course, have more to share with you in the future, but for now, we plan for the Dead by Daylight movie to start shooting in 2027.
So yeah, start shooting next year. So probably 2028 at the earliest. It'll be out in theaters, right? In 2 years.
Until then, thank you so very much for all three of you for joining me here and for joining everyone to share some of this. And thank you for coming to celebrate with us. We can't wait.
You guys are great.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Take it away, Eric.
Thanks, Matt. I'm over here. I'm deeper in the community. I've delved deeper into my beloved community. Hi, guys. So our amazing cameraman.
They're playing DBD in their laptop. Why would they do that?
An impromptu walk and talk for this segment. So this is the merch segment, folks. This is where we talk about the merch that's come to the game, like this hat that I'm wearing that you might have bought over in the merch store. It's working out, right, guys? The merch team has been busting ass. I don't know if you've noticed, if you've been to the merch store recently, new stuff, new types of stuff, last minute stuff like the cabin shirt, all sorts of cool things. So go check it out there. And speaking of merch,
whoa!
You have something hidden under your chairs. So check it out.
Everyone gets a new car.
We're going to learn together. Let's have a look. Huh? Anyone? Anyone? No? I see one hand up. Yeah. Earlier today, I got to sit at a talk show desk, and now I've got my Oprah moment. Things are going great. So head over to the merch store if you want to check out those hats that they just got under their chairs.
I want a free hat. I should have went to Montreal.
Team to start talking about some new stuff, some reveals.
That poster looked pretty cool. I'd maybe get like a t-shirt of that.
Take it away. Thank you.
Oh my god, finally we get to the game stuff. Which is stuff I care about. Hopefully. Music. Spooky. Dead by Daylight original content. Alright, we're sitting here. We're waiting to set this up. Thanks for watching, everyone.
All right. That movie update. No, okay. Maybe what?
I said it was really cool.
Okay, cool.
It's amazing.
Maybe the most exciting part of this for us is the chance for us to tell a true Dead by Daylight story. One that brings the original characters and lore we've been building for the last 10 years to the big screen. So it feels like the perfect reminder that alongside all of the incredible franchises we've welcomed into the fog, there's another side to our game. And that is just as important, the characters we create ourselves.
For sure. Yes, yes, indeed. So the things that scare us have so much to do with where we're from. The stories were told in the dark as kids, of course. Early on, it became incredibly important to us that those stories and the places they come from were represented in our game in a meaningful way.
Yeah, over the years, we've made it a priority to develop tools, habits, and most importantly, a perspective that lets us reflect different groups in our game with authenticity and respect. Not always, we've made mistakes, but we own up, we learn, and then we do better. Now, from the Oni to the Krasu and everything in between, representing different cultures throughout the world, we know that the world of horror is very, very wide, and that's one of the best parts of this job. I'm very happy to say we're going to do that again.
Yeah, and we hope you love when we explore different folklore and cultures of around the world. So for our anniversary chapter, of course, we have the amazing, iconic killer Jason, but we also wanted to have a survivor. And so we'll be following Jason with the release of a new, unconnected, original survivor coming out on June 25th. Let's take a look.
June 25th, that'll be next week. It's me. I'm in the game, everyone, with my motorcycle.
Better left alone. Buried for a reason, or hiding in plain sight. But sometimes, all the truth needs is someone to come looking for it.
Slender Man. Slender Man will come in this game eventually, right? It has to.
I thought I was hunting answers in the dark. Maybe the dark was hunting me.
Shane. Looks cool. Left road. Cool. So I think his perks were in the PTB, right?
That's what it's all about. Thank you. It shows that it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Thank you.
So the survivor's name is Shane Wigwas, and he represents an important first for us at Dead by Daylight. He is our first ever indigenous character.
Cool.
So I'm not going to give you a huge background of this character because I want you to discover who he is. But he is from the Anishinaabe community. He started his life as a lawyer, helping people of his community being represented. And something horrible happened to him, of course, because it's Dead by Daylight.
See the trapper back there? That's funny.
He then traveled across the continent on his motorcycle, really cool, to help other First Nation community around the Americas. And so until he eventually has been taken by the fog, of course. So for anyone who wants to see him in action, our team will be doing a Let's Play to showcase him, and that's going to be on June 25th. So tune in, please.
Yeah, so that's just what next week, so. They probably don't want to release it this week with Jason, right? Because Jason will just overshadow. That's cool.
We're also very excited. Shane is getting his own unique voice in the game, obviously, not just in the trailer. And we're thrilled to say that we have the wonderful First Nation actor Dallas Goldtooth voicing him. You might know him from Reservation Dogs. Yeah.
Speaking of voice lines, it reminds me, not that teleprompter, it reminds me that it is part of a much larger project for Dead by Daylight. We're launching a long-term initiative to retroactively add voice lines to a wide range.
Cool. Because wasn't a lot of the voice lines in the game are just by just a bunch of behavior stuff, right?
He's happy.
That's the biggest one yet, I think.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
To a wide range of our original characters that didn't have that. So we'll be able to bring their personalities to life in a whole new way.
That's cool.
With a roster this large as we have right now, it will be a slow rollout. It's going to start in the next year or so. But it's a big step towards making Dead by Daylight feel more alive, personal, and connected. So we cannot wait to get started.
Okay.
That's cool. So sadly, all the license stuff doesn't get renewed,
So,
right?
you know, here in Quebec, we say attache ta tuque. When attache ta tuque. Get ready, because there's a lot of stuff tonight. And so we will continue here with something that really represents the anniversary well, and that's the grimoire. So if you haven't heard of the grimoire, I don't know, maybe you live in a cave under a rock. It's been a very cool chapter to build. You know, with the team and you, and in hand, you were able to vote on shaping this whole chapter. The result is a chapter that explored themes completely new in Dead by Daylight. It was planned just a little bit, but we're glad you chose this one. So you voted to make a divine killer, which you named the Judgment. Something beautiful, but also terrible, seeking to cleanse the world of its definition of sin. So we should have cool concept, yeah.
So that'd be crazy when that's in the game.
Grand. The survivor you named Aurora. I can't say it in English, it's impossible. She's really cool. She's a spiritual scientist searching for answers. She comes from a post-apocalyptic world, all things you've decided. One destroyed by the Judgment, of course. You also voted for the name of the chapter, Chorus of Sin. A fitting title that captures the essence of its themes and the content you helped create. To everyone who voted and took part, thanks for partnering with us. It was a super ambitious project. It was challenging for us, but it was so cool to be surprised by your choices. And we can't wait to share the finished results with you. And until then, one last reveal. We want to say that Chorus of Sin will be officially released in August.
This year. Damn. I thought maybe it'd be like next year.
Now, okay.
It's like 2 months away.
Back in 2024, about 12 years ago, we took a bold step exploring the world of Dead by Daylight alongside Supermassive Games with the casting of Frank Stone. Shush! You don't know what I'm gonna say. Now, not only did we get an opportunity to take a detour from the typical Dead by Daylight gameplay to deliver an experience that's focused on the narrative, but it also let us explore a story outside of the fog for the first time. And so, the moment it launched, one thing was clear: you wanted more, mainly to see us follow up Frank Stone's origin story by having him take his rightful place in the entity's trials.
I'm gonna add him to the game. I always thought the Frank Stone character was just like the Trapper. I think it was like a new original character, right?
The casting of Frank Stone is coming to Dead by Daylight as an official chapter.
Don't have to play the game anymore. I heard that game was okay. I heard it wasn't nothing great. Looks cool though. Casting of Frank Stone. Next year.
That's the
Spooky.
stuff.
Yeah. All right, so let's continue with more awesome stuff. So now we want to talk about a brand new map coming to Dead by Daylight in December. Okay, so this map is incredible. It's a realm. It's
Please be outside.
where we've never been
Please don't be
before
indoor
in the
maps.
world of Dead by Daylight. And this setting is a place that should feel safe. It's something that we all know, but that there's something really unexpectedly familiar but extremely creepy about it. So, welcome to the mall.
The mall. That's cool. I'm gonna go to the Hot Topic. Go hide in the Sabaros. There's an indoor map though, so let's see how that goes. The mall. The people are going crazy for a shopping mall. That's the Spencer's gifts. Get a dildo.
Oh, Dwight. Why are you in there?
Shopping mall. That's funny.
Yeah. So we actually asked you what type of map you wanted to play in, and the mall was a very, very top thing you wanted to see. And the other top thing you wanted to see are liminal spaces. So we thought to merge the two together. So the mall will have this visual style, this visual interest of your typical map, a typical mall, but very creepy and rich and filled with that liminal space goodness that we love. So it's a very interesting map, and you'll see, because it is an interior, of course, a mall is interior, but the level design team really designed it like an exterior. It has a lot of verticality, which creates something truly unique and something that we've never experienced before. We are also taking this opportunity of this realm to be able to add a little bit more lore about some of our original characters or older characters. So the mall is going to be about one of Dwight's trauma.
Dwight. The back lore of Dwight.
So, the mall map will be released in December.
December this year.
Okay.
Hopefully it's good. I don't enjoy most of the indoor maps in this game.
Thank you. Okay. All right. From one kind of horror to another. As you know, last year we brought an end to our Twisted Masquerade. It was the last time, right?
No way.
It was a lot of fun.
It gets better.
But we're excited to be celebrating our 10 years with something new, which you've seen a little bit here and there, right? In the intro video. Because what's an anniversary without a little indulgence?
On that note, you are cordially invited to this year's event, something we're calling the Black Banquet, where you will be free to experience the finest dining the fog has to offer. Now let's give you a taste.
They should be launching, what, 2 days, 3 days for the anniversary event? Black dining. Everyone's eating blood. We're all vampires. Cannibals. Spooky. Spooky. The Black Banquet. Oh, it's the next week. Okay, it's the in-game event. Yeah, that'll be fun.
His name is Turkey Boy.
Yes. Well, we don't know if that's his name. We'll
Okay,
let these
that's
people
what I call
decide how Turkey Boy is called. Okay, so to set the table for this year's anniversary event and how it will all work, please help me welcome Dork.
Hello, and thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
I love you too, but I'm working now. Thank you, and we're all excited to be kicking off a new anniversary event theme this year, and as you can probably tell by now, the Black Banquet is all about food. Finding it, devouring it, and if you're the killer, tainting it, poisoning it. Every Black Banquet trial will feature 2 courses. A main course that sets a unique global effect for the entire trial, and a dessert phase that kicks in late in the match and gives new buffs. Survivors will gather and combine food for team bonuses, while killers will be trying to corrupt the feast, poisoning the food and the objects around the map. And I've gone against this. It's a lot. There's a lot of more depth and nastiness that you can expect in this event, so if you want a full breakdown, just tune into that Let's Play that they were talking about earlier on June 25th, but here's something to get you hungry for more.
I just found it just called a Let's Play.
Yeah. Obviously, we'll get at some point deep into the lore of the Black Banquet, but the only thing I can say right now is that it's a formal affair. So you need to suit up, right?
And of course we do, because the Black Banquet collection is part of the event and the perfect way to celebrate. These outfits have a real culty and vibe to it, and a great contrast between the opulent style of what characters are wearing and these very rustic, animalistic masks that play a bit on mythology.
Can we see?
We sure can.
Looks cool.
Oh my goodness. I really love that already. Cannot
I like the
wait to
lobby. It looks
also
cool.
add it to my account.
Okay.
Doctor. How's it, Legion?
Look at that. Look at that. So we've got outfits for our OGs, Dwight, Kate, and Claudette.
The Trapper.
And we've got outfits for the Trapper, the Legion, the Oni, the Doctor.
Let's go! Let's go!
And these will all be available in the store, along with killer weapons, survivor masks, badges, banners that can all
Yo,
be bought
let's
by
go.
the event.
Cosmetics.
The Black Banquet officially runs from June 25th to July 16th.
Almost a month.
Yep.
Very soon.
Guess
very
what? Next
soon.
week.
But now, thank you,
Yeah.
Matt and Dave. You can get off my stage.
Yes.
Thank you. So we've been talking a lot today about the story of Dead by Daylight throughout the show, and we can't ignore a part of that experience that's grown far beyond what anyone could have ever imagined, and that is our collections. And who better to chat with me about that than someone who's been instrumental to this process and shaping the look of Dead by Daylight for many years. That will be one of our associate art directors, Sarah Robinson.
Collections.
Yeah, clap her up, clap her up.
Hi, everyone. Cosmetics are something that the art team has always had a fantastic time with. And like you said, this part of the game might have started simply, but over the past decade, it has grown to include over 5,000 cosmetics.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
A lot of money.
For our licensed characters, it's a way to show off their different eras, revisit their iconic looks, maybe for us to create a few new ones. And for original characters, survivors, killers, outfits are a way to learn more about who these characters are and explore the what-ifs of their lore. But for you guys, this is a place for you to connect with our characters and how they express themselves in the game.
And it's always so interesting to see just which outfits and cosmetics you all gravitate to and how you create looks of your complete own. There's a couple of names floating within the community of outfit names that I love you guys for it. I love you. Clap up your creativity, okay? Clap
I'm creative. No, not really.
Yeah, you all deserve it.
A lot of people there. There's like
Such a
5 people.
variety of different collections, something that I'm sure the team is super proud of.
Absolutely. For example, our most popular original collections are Waterfront Massacre, probably not a surprise. Our beach collection, and so that's our beach collection. Cozy Break, I think you're also familiar with that. Tricks and Treats, Holiday Horror, our Halloween and Christmas collections especially. We're also excited to be rolling out some new original outfits with the upcoming Rift called Sunflesh, featuring an ornate desert-themed collection. Let's take a look.
Oh my.
Look at that. Oh my God.
Eating well. Yeah.
Where's that?
That's the Wraith, baby.
The Wraith? Shit. Looks pretty cool.
Oh my goodness.
So coming with this Rift, we've also got some gorgeous community-related outfits. Let's take a look at some of the concepts the team and the community have worked on for these collections. Let's take a look at Fang. And the Knight.
Damn, that looks cool. The Knight. It's like a Dark Souls character.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I can't wait. Oh my God.
Or I should say a Souls character, not just Dark Souls. More like Elden Ring, right?
All right, let's all take a moment. You got it. Okay. Collections also let us tap into other art forms like music. Metal, for example, has always been intertwined with horror, so bringing Into the Fog just made sense.
Metallica.
We will be adding a new Eddie Legendary for the Huntress to celebrate 50 years of Iron Maiden.
That's pretty funny. That's Huntress. Yeah, there's a Iron Maiden, there's like Slipknot too, right, in the game.
And finally, we'll be expanding that metal theme with a new collaboration and collection releasing in... Wait, I have to pull this back. Oh, I took my watch off. 2 days. Check it out.
Hey, what's up? I'm Tony Hawk, and this is the new video for
Tony Hawk?
Dead by Ice9 Kills.
I put Tony Hawk in the game. Oh, I'm up to mute. Keep putting all this license stuff in here, and I have to mute all this or take it out the YouTube video. We'll let it roll. Thankfully, YouTube lets you like automatically cut shit out, so it's pretty nice. Tony Hawk, though. God. I have no idea who that band is. To be continued. Dwight's Chapter, Part 2. Starring Tony Hawk. Are they bringing Tony Hawk? If they bring Tony Hawk, should I buy him?
Oh my God, yeah, so make sure to tune in to on their channels for more behind the scenes for that amazing music video.
They put Tony Hawk in the game. He better have his skateboard right. Let you like grind around the map.
Masters of blending metal and horror movies. The new Ice9 Kills collection will feature band t-shirts for Jeff, Kate, V, Yoonjin, Meg, and
Oh my gosh. Ice9 Kills. Yeah, I've never heard of these guys.
as well as sweatshirts for Jeff and Kate and a mask for the
Looks
Legion.
cool.
All of which were designed in direct collaboration with the band itself.
Is that a good band? Let me know.
You'll be able to get your hands on all of them in game starting June 16th.
When's Tony Hawk come to the game?
Now, another thing we love about collections is that they give us the chance to expand on some more incredible franchises that already exist within Dead by Daylight.
Come on, add Dragon Ball Z.
Taking these worlds and watching them grow inside our own is always exciting. When it comes to that, it's hard to find a set of survivors that are more perfect to exist in our game than the ones from The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead. No way. I love The Walking Dead.
Rick, Michonne, Daryl, and Maggie are coming up on about their first year in the fog, and they're about to get some company with 2 new legendary outfits for Rick.
No way.
The first new outfit will be released in August, and he's one we've gotten a ton of requests for since we've launched the chapter. He's a fan favorite.
I've never watched The Walking Dead. Is that show still going?
And anyone would be happy to
I just know Norman Reedus. And then he's from Death Stranding. People seem excited for this guy, so that's cool. Yeah, I've never seen this show. People like it though. It's still going.
Secondary legendary outfit comes out next year and introduces a character that will bring a very specific energy to any campfire featuring the other Walking Dead characters. If
Me.
you haven't guessed it already, we're of course talking about Negan.
Oh, it's the guy from Tekken 7. That's how I know Negan. He's in Tekken. I'm not lying. He's in Tekken 7.
We're going to have more to show on that soon. But 5 Walking Dead characters in Dead by Daylight opens the door to more interesting dialogue and interactions, including moments like Glenn and Maggie reuniting in the fog. That brings a bit more of their world into ours, and I'm living for it. Another license that we love having in Dead by Daylight, and has always felt like home in the fog, has actually been that of Silent Hill.
Hoggers.
And just like The Walking Dead,
I don't know, who would you add?
And at the end of this,
Oh, the
continue
from Silent Hill Elf.
the universe in Dead by Daylight with a new legendary for Cheryl. The new Silent Hill legendary outfit will
What's
transform her into Shimizu Hanaku from
I heard that game's pretty good. Silent Hill Elf. I think that's who that is, right?
Yeah, do you like this? Is this something you want?
horror game by Konami. We also have another Silent Hill legendary outfit coming next year, but we wanted to share it with you today. It transforms the spirit into one of Silent Hill's most iconic monsters after Pyramid Head, the ever creepy nurse.
Silent Hill Collection. Yeah, so she's from Silent Hill Elf. Yeah, I heard this game's good. I heard it's good. The nurse. As the nurse for the spirit. That's gonna sell like a bajillion outfits. You hate playing against the spirit? Well, she's gonna be everywhere when that comes out next year. That's pretty cool. I was trying to think of like other like big characters for Silent Hill, but I think they're basically all in the game. Pyramid Head and all the main characters, right?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so speaking of worlds colliding, also releasing in October is a new collection guaranteed to bring some of the darkest corners of hell into Dead by Daylight. Let me finish.
Dragon Ball Z. Although they do more goofy shit, but that's just me.
Corruption. The fight for survival.
Hellboy.
Get ready for another universe that feels right at home in the entity's realm, Diablo.
Diablo, that's cool. Diablo.
I'm glad I got to do my demon voice.
Diablo. It's that one sexy lady. She's on the box art, right? Is that Diablo? I've never played that game. I really haven't played much Diablo. I played like a little bit of 2. I remember that's about it in 1.
On Diablo 4, with our killers bringing some true demonic presence into the
Come on, Crash Bandicoot. That's Microsoft. Diablo's Microsoft now. Come on, Crash Bandicoot. Spyro the Dragon.
iconic characters that fit the world of Dead by Daylight. That said, we worked really hard to deliver lots of little details that you'll be expecting for these characters into the game.
The fuck we had from Diablo? I guess some of the main bosses. Well, it's specifically Diablo 4.
Lilith.
That's cool. Yeah, that's who I was thinking of. Was that for the artist? That's cool.
And it's Lilith on the artist.
Visceral.
The artist.
For the artist.
Add the World of Warcraft guy.
Ooh, okay. Oh, my heart. And finally, this last collection coming out in December, if you can believe it, is one of our most requested
The Grinch.
over the years.
So this Jack Frost, the Snowman Killer.
No. This property has pushed the limits of bravery in the face of terror since it debuted all the way back in 1969. You heard me?
Black Christmas.
It's reinvented itself
That's before Halloween, right?
over the years, mystery.
Scooby-Doo. They're actually doing Scooby-Doo. I've been joking about it. They do that. I'll have to buy it.
The real monster might just be hiding in plain sight. And sometimes that monster is a guy in a rubber mask.
They fucking are. That is funny. I've been joking about Scooby-Doo for so fucking long. That's pretty funny. I have to buy that, right? Fucking doing Scooby-Doo. That's pretty funny. That's the best announcement so far today. That's pretty funny. Hey, that's funny. Or Shaggy. That's pretty funny. Dude, that's gonna be everywhere. That's funny.
For giving us all of that amazing
Scooby-Doo.
information.
That's so. They fucking did it. That's funny. It looks like it's a Dwight cosmetic. Like they should do like a Scooby-Doo killer, but it's just like a guy like in a bed sheet, right? That's funny.
Socials using hashtag DBD. Other than that, back to you, Eric, somewhere in there.
Thank you, Dork. I'm over here. I can't believe I just heard the word Scooby-Doo. I am joined by the ever-radiant Evo. How are you doing?
I am doing so good. I'm even better now. I'm irradiant right now.
Yeah, and that set of collections, it's almost too many to count. What's your reaction?
No Dragon Ball Z yet.
I'm gay. I can't count.
Is that a thing?
Also, I just want to say, I want to call the Canadian police because Dork has stole my husband. Glenn is my husband, Dork. Let's get that straight.
Yes. You think you might cosplay as any of those at any point?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo.
Oh, yes.
Scooby-Doo. That's pretty funny.
I can't say. Like, I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed to say.
Please.
You got to see Dwight. That's all you get right now.
And Hinako. I want to cosplay.
Because they have to do all the main cast, right?
So yes, I'm very, very excited.
Absolutely. You are.
Like I said, I just want like just a generic guy with a bed sheet.
And,
The most like generic Scooby-Doo guy. They should put him as the killer. But it's a collection though. It's at least it's in the game, right? I'll have to get that when it comes out.
Someday we're gonna get you in the game.
We'll have to get Scooby-Doo.
So you might have noticed. Yes, you might have noticed you might have noticed a sticker sheet in your goodie bag from a company called God Mode.
Oh yes.
God Mode is amazing, and one of their owners,
All right, he's filling time.
Moretz, has sent us a little video. That
All right, we're still going here.
Today.
Yeah, I like I said, I have no idea how long this is supposed to be going tonight.
Hello everyone, Chloe Grace Moretz here. Ignore the little bit of blood on my face, which I'm sure you guys will love. I am on set filming right now, but I just wanted to say happy 10th anniversary to Dead by Daylight. My beauty brand God Mode is so excited to be partnering with Dead by Daylight on exciting new collections and game integrations. And if you want to know more about that, follow us at God Mode Beauty to keep updated. Enjoy your day and have fun.
Yes. From God Mode to a goddess. Yeah, I worked on that. That was really good.
Oh my God, no.
So check that out. There's gonna be a God Mode collection coming later. We'll talk about that in a little while down the road. But we need to keep the show rolling. And our next segment, I hope you're gonna like. It's with Nathan Sellin from Behavior. He has some things he's cooked up in the indie game space, the indie horror game space, that I think you'd like to hear about. So let's bring Nathan up and see what he's cooking. Thank you so much.
You ate that.
Thank you.
So I'm recording this on a Sunday. They're doing all of this on a Sunday, but I think today's the actual anniversary day, so that's why they're doing it today.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nathan Sellin, Behavior's Deputy CEO. I'm glad that the level of applause was about equivalent to Dwight's trauma. That's what I was really hoping for. I do have to apologize. I am here to talk to you about games that are not Dead by Daylight. But But they're great games. I promise they're great games. Last year, Behavior published It Has My Face, an indie title developed by Nightbite Games. It Has My Face was a paranoid nightmare where you had to hunt and kill your own clone before it killed you. And it was successful. Our team learned a lot about indie publishing. We had great feedback from you, our players. And we received so many incredible pitches from other developers who wanted to work with us. And we want to work with them. So I'm here to announce that Behavior is going to be publishing more indie horror moving forward.
That's cool. Maybe we'll try them out.
Yeah.
They're on Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Switch 2.
I'm going to share 3 new games with you in just a moment. But first I want to talk about why Behavior is doing this, why we're indie publishing at all. And there are really 2 reasons. The first is that we feel Behavior has a responsibility to support small, talented studios. Today,
All right, I'm going to get some water.
Behavior is a big company. We're over 1,000 people with hundreds working on Dead by Daylight, or thousands if you ask Reddit. But for a long time, we were a much smaller studio. Dead by Daylight's success took us to a new level.
Behavior Interactive. We've played some of their games on the channel. They're older games.
Through opportunity to emerging studios. Publishing indie games is how we're trying to share DBD's spotlight with small games that deserve a really big audience. The second reason we want to publish indie games is for you, our players. Here at Behavior, we're fans of horror. And we know that every DVD player is a horror fan also. Indie publishing gives us a way to share the horror games we love with a community that we think will love them too. I'm really excited again to share 3 of those games with you today. The first game is Terrible Lizards from developers WDR Studios, who are led by the team behind JT Music. Terrible Lizards. JT Music? Yes. Terrible Lizards is coming to PC and console, and we're co-publishing it with Digital Pajamas.
Terrible Lizards. Yep. Trailer.
The second game is Don't Fret from developers Scary Kid Studios, who are led by the team behind Rocket Music. Don't Fret is also coming to PC and console, and there's a demo on Steam you can play right now.
Whoa.
We're also co-publishing that with Digital Pajamas. And the third game is Mr. Magpie's Harmless Card Game. That's developed by Giant Light Studios. Mr. Magpie is going to be PC first, and we're co-publishing it with Montreal's own Gambit Digital.
Cool.
Those of you that were here with us today may have had a chance to try these games out at the Indie Station. I'm not going to waste any time trying to describe them because these trailers will do a much better job.
All right, we got some trailers from some games that are not Dead by Daylight. I might have seen a trailer for this game. Or maybe not. Boom. Okay, maybe I haven't. Maybe. So this looks familiar. It's kind of neat, I guess. I don't know how spooky it is, but... It's a real dinosaur. It's like Dino Crisis. It's in a museum. Spooky. Is this supposed to be like Alien Isolation? Oh, that's spooky. That's scary. No Nintendo Switch. Or Switch 2. Or Nintendo.
Welcome. We are absolutely thrilled to have you here.
I will point that out since we are mostly a DBD Nintendo Switch gamer. I do a PC.
No matter what happens, I want you to know
What? Don't fret.
loved you.
Turn to a guitar. Spooky.
I was wondering when you'd finally find time to pay me a visit. The only way for a student to leave Harmonic Heights is the winter recycle. Scattered around the school are talent canisters, each containing...
I'm getting like Bioshock vibes from this. That is just me.
You've given me no choice. You made me do this.
This looks kind of neat. This game. Spooky.
She knows you're here.
October 1st. Play the demo. No Switch or Switch 2. To be fair, I don't know how well horror games sell on Switch 2. But DVDs on Switch. Heck, that's why I'm watching this, right? That's how it got me into the game, right? Is DVD on Nintendo Switch. He has a gun. Jerry. Is that a roguelike? Spooky. Exclusive rewards coming to Dead by Daylight. Wishlist now. That's PC first. Look. Could be a skin. White skin.
All three of these games will launch later this year, but you can wishlist them right now. Where's the camera? Wishlist them right now. With It Has My Face, we encourage players to try the game by offering them rewards in DVD. We're going to do the same thing for Terrible Lizards and Don't Fret and Mr. Magpie. As the game gets closer to launch, there they are. We're only going to preview 2 today, but there's a dinosaur wearing a hat and a severed puppet head. Like, we had to show these today.
Cool.
One last thing before we go back to DVD. We know some of you don't love this little interruption, and I'm probably talking right to Twitch chat here. You only want DVD in your DVD stream, not these other random games. And to help address that frustration, let you focus the hate, we're giving our indie publishing efforts a mascot. This is Misbehavior. Soon she will dance and do evil shit, but right now she's just a picture and a play on words. Moving forward, we'll have this brand on all the indie games we publish.
Misbehavior.
So instead of complaining and
That's
saying,
fine.
get this indie stuff out of my DVD stream, you can say, get Misbehavior out of my DVD stream. Just rolls off the tongue with a sour taste. I'm going to leave you with something that is very much DVD, an experience created here at Behavior that will bring you closer to the entity's realm than you ever thought possible. Thank you.
VR. This is not VR. That's probably a good thing, though. A digital museum. Oh, isn't that like an escape room? Probably, right? I've never done these escape rooms before. Yeah, I think it's like an escape room. That's neat. Future of Dead by Daylight.
Okay, so as we've said many times over the course of the show, Dead by Daylight exists because of you. Yes, because the time, the energy, and the passion you've invested into this game over the past 10 years. Now, when it comes to the future of a game like ours, that's been around for as long as we have, there's always one question people ask us. In fact, it might be a question that you have on your mind right now. When's Dead by Daylight 2? Now, the answer is, we're not doing that.
No.
Nintendo Switch 2, come on.
We've said that before. We're saying it again right now. That's not going to change anytime soon either.
Well, and to be honest, based on your reaction, it feels like I could skip this paragraph, but I'm still going to say it. Why not? Why are we not doing a DVD 2? It's because we feel we have a responsibility toward you, our players, and that is to respect the time and the money that you have invested. Starting over. Starting over will mean leaving too much behind, and that's not a trade we are willing to make. But of course, we feel, the same way you do, the need for the game to take a big step forward. So instead of launching a sequel, we are evolving Dead by Daylight.
DBD2.
Okay, I hope you still have some gasps in you and some whoo and ah, because it's going to be quite a bit at this point, okay? So we just don't want Dead by Daylight to continue, right? I mean, it's great, but we want it to grow into something that will make the next 10 years as exciting as possible, bigger than the first 10. We want to strengthen our foundation while opening the door to the future. Most importantly, we want to create the best possible experience for you on the long term.
All right, so we are going to start actually with a few disclaimers, because who doesn't like disclaimer? So today, first thing is, we are going to share things much earlier than we usually do. This will be an ambitious update, probably the biggest in the history of the game. It will release more than a year from now, so it is early. Why are we talking about it now? Because we wanted to be transparent about the direction we are taking, in order for all of you to be able to react positively or negatively, and to share your concerns if you have any. One thing to note as well is that this update that we're going to talk about is being worked on by a dedicated team working hand in hand with the core team. So we are not going to slow down the content and the features and the experiences that you are going to have on Dead by Daylight.
It's a big update, but probably a year more out.
Okay, so let's start.
Let's go.
Yes, I'm excited. Okay, so of course, we can create any sort of horror story in any sort of style. We've seen some great indie titles here that can be horrific, that can be scary. 2016, a long time ago, Dead by Daylight didn't look as it looks today. And we have ambitions. We want to create a world that is looking amazing, that push the horror further. We want to push the look and feel. We want to make it more immersive. So what we're looking into is not just an evolution of, it's not just a coat of paint. It's also making the trials of Dead by Daylight something even more interesting, to a level that you never felt before in our game. So here's a quick breakdown of what we're focusing on right now, okay? So I'm not sure when the assets are going to come here. It's some work in progress. So we start with new character model. We will be reworking the faces of our characters so that they are modern.
Yeah. Big graphical overhaul.
We are also redoing the hair.
Look at Dwight on the left.
Yeah. Look at that.
In development, it says
making
unblocked.
great effort so that no matter how we evolve these characters, you will recognize the character you love. What you don't see is that underneath that
Jeez. That looks so much better.
skin and flesh, there are bones, and we can animate now the characters in ways we couldn't before. So what you've seen here are what we want to do with the facial animations of our character, so that we really feel the emotion they're living, the pain they're going through.
Work in progress, not representative of final quality, is what it says in the bottom corner.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It does look way better.
So, of course, there's not just the characters that the team is working on. We want also this graphical update to be for the world, so that we reinforce the immersion, so that the realms look more realistic than before, more immersive, more scary. For some of you, maybe you've seen that we add a cameo in Scary Movie 6. You've been in the theater. Which is pretty cool. There is a little sneak peek of what we're working on in there. It's not CGI. It's actually from the game, and it's actually from what we're working on right now. So let's have a look. We have some stills from maps we're working on right now.
Yeah, it does look way better, doesn't it? Yeah, that looks great. That looks really good. I hope they redo Cold Wind. I do not like how they changed Cold Wind to make it more daylight focused.
Oh, hey, wait up, don't play that one.
Dynamic weather. That's pretty sick. That's really fucking cool. That's awesome.
Okay, so you've seen it's gonna look better ambience, but the really cool thing is that it goes beyond that coat of paint, right? It is introducing new mechanics. So we are proud to say that we are working on a dynamic weather system. And here's a sneak peek of it, yeah.
It looks nice, though. That's a black screen.
Nope. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Yeah, that looks really nice. That's cool. My big question now is, as a Nintendo Switch player, is all of this coming to Nintendo Switch? Because they have not said... That looks so much fucking better. Holy shit. It's crazy how much better it looks. But they said this is like more than a year out, right?
Okay.
That looks way better, doesn't it? So yeah, we're still waiting on the Switch 2 announcement. There's no way that can run on original Switch hardware, right?
So you can expect, we're very early in the process, but we want to explore many different type of weather that could or maybe not happen in the maps you already know.
That's cool.
So light rain, heavy rain, storm, snow, blood rain, tornadoes, sharknadoes, you name it.
Tornadoes.
We'll explore all of that. What we're looking at right now is no abstract rules about weather. It's all natural effects, right? If it starts raining, your visibility is impaired. The sound of the rain makes it harder to locate people.
That's cool. I think that's really neat.
And survivors will have the same natural effects of the weather when playing. We've also improved the fog and the mist. It reacts to you. It looks much
That's like the most interesting thing I think they've shown in this game in quite some time is the weather thing.
Great care for our most important character, the entity, to be present in a more meaningful way in all of our realms, so that you don't forget it exists and it's there to eat you. Of course, with all the great visuals, we're also reworking the audio system to systems that react more naturally again. So how you would expect a sound to travel, go through a window, be stopped by a wall, stuff like this. Be dampened by a carpet. These are kind of things that we will add to the game. Sorry. Yes.
That looks cool, though. I like it.
So yeah, we're really excited about all of this graphical rework, character, animation, audio, levels. It's going to create like an amazing horror experience. So immersive and cool. I'm excited.
So, it is something that we have started to work on a while ago, but with 10 years of content to update, as you can imagine, it is a huge undertaking. So we are currently targeting 2027 for this update, the
Next
second
year.
half of it.
Okay. That's actually earlier than I thought. I'd maybe 2 years, but yeah. Next year.
I love you.
Targeting.
All right, so beyond how the game looks and feels, a key area for us to focus on is the gameplay experience and how to refresh it a decade later. So something we want to do and we have wanted to do for as long as we can remember really is to give you tools to be able to create new things. So, in addition to the visual updates, we will officially be opening up Dead by Daylight to what we call sandbox modding.
Sandbox mode?
So we are currently working on a suite of tools, modding tools that we are going to put in your hands in the same update in 2027. Naturally, there will be some rules and restrictions to follow that we will share details on soon, but we cannot wait to see you create new maps, new modes, and everything in between that you will create for each other.
That's cool. It's like Halo Forge. Great stuff.
And of course, in addition to the sandbox modding, we of course want to keep adding new experiences ourselves.
Yeah, sandbox
Over the past
modding.
few years, new modes that Lights Out, Chaos Shuffle, and especially 2v8 has been highly popular, and we want to do more. So, the first one, early 27, will be a brand new 1v1 experience for Dead by Daylight.
One-on-one, damn. So this is definitely for competitive players.
It is really the classic slasher formula, no perks, no items, just pure killer and survivor thrill gameplay inspired by the competitive scene of the
That's pretty cool for the competitive scene. 1v1 mode. Oh god, this is gonna get way more toxic.
Best of 3, with players getting to play each role within a round, and the scoring will be based on how long they survive. It's fast, it's intense, and the early feedback we got on playtest has been...
I'm gonna be so bad at that.
It's
I'll probably try it.
Symmetrical version of the famous symmetrical horror game you love. So as Jose explained, we want to create all of these new modes for you. And one thing that is in R&D all the time and that we're exploring is ways to offer horror scenarios that the 4v1 format doesn't allow us to do. So when we imagine a horror movie, sometimes it just doesn't fit that mold. So there's tons of that, but the one that we're really excited about right now, still in prototype, and we want to show it to you today in a very, very, very early stage. You're going to see it's not even in the game engine right now, is a zombie scenario, zombie mode.
Zombie mode. That's cool.
So I'm going to explain
Very early
what's
prototype.
happening here. So it's still a 4v1 zombie horde that are bots going around the levels. The objective
So is it like a co-op mode?
To repair gen, but it's to create vaccines and to become hunters of zombies.
Huh.
They have to stealthily or in a group, kiting zombies, go and stab them in the back with the vaccine to cure them. Once enough are done, they can escape. So, of course, the zombies can bite, and survivor can become zombies.
Okay.
So that's also pretty interesting. As a survivor that's a zombie, there's some actions you can do. The DBD twist here is that, of course, there's a killer around as well. The killer's objective is not to kill and put on hook anymore. It is to transform every survivor in zombies. They can use their power, whatever it is, to infect and murder. And then they can also help the zombies by guiding them around so that they infect survivors faster.
Oh,
It's a pretty interesting one to test.
Yes.
Seems neat. I'll try it. I don't know if I'll play much of that 1v1 mode, but I'll try that zombie mode.
I have to admit, I really like the low poly version of our characters. Really neat. All right, so we have talked about visual updates. We have talked about new gameplay experiences. What we want also to say very quickly is that what you have seen today is only the tip of the iceberg of a multi-year evolution of essentially every part of the game. So you can expect topics like onboarding, progression, meta evolution, balancing, quality of life to be discussed more during the year.
Now, I'm sure you have a lot of questions about a lot of the stuff that we've talked about today. We will cover more of this in the next month in a full live stream dedicated to the future of Dead by Daylight specifically, so make sure to follow our channels for those details. Now, everything we've shared, everything we've talked about today only exists because this community believed in Dead by Daylight from the start and for the past 10 years. We know you love roadmaps, so here's everything we've shared with you today in roadmap form.
Game modifier. What's that? It's like a summer one. You see that? I want that. Original Matt Riff license chapter. The next license one's in November.
Things in there, so many squares.
All the things.
Too much.
We're doing all the things.
Yes.
What's that summer one?
Now,
That'd be fun.
All right. So, as we wrap up today's show, it is hard to not be humbled by all the places this journey has taken us. 10 years of stories, of characters, of moments that we have shared with you, including this one today, which was really, really, really special for us. Hopefully for you too. And as you can clearly tell from today, we've got so much more still on the way.
Now, whether you've been with us from the start or you've just taken your first steps into the fog, we are very grateful to have you here with us. Thank you for helping us celebrate 10 years of Dead by Daylight, and here is to the next 10. Now, before we go, I need to give a huge shout out to everybody who made this possible. The dev team, obviously, the people have been working on this for a long time. All of our very, very gracious partners that have come to join the fog and enjoyed their time there. And everybody who made this event possible. There's a ton of people back there pedaling like crazy, making sure that things work. Thank you so much.
Merci.
Merci beaucoup. Until then, we'll see you in the fog. And now let's check with Eric for one last time.
Bye.
He's dead. It's Chucky. Is that it?
All good.
That's the November license chapter. Terrifier. I've never seen those movies. I heard people like them, though. Thanks for watching. I'm going to turn this down a little bit now. Well, there you have it. There is the 10-year anniversary live stream broadcast. So no Nintendo Switch 2 announcement. That was the one thing I was kind of hoping for. But that new graphical update, I like the weather system. I think that's really fucking cool. I think that's the most interesting thing I think they've added to this game in a long ass time. But with that new graphical overhaul, will that actually come to Nintendo Switch and older platforms? Because remember, this game's also on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. So it would not surprise me at some point in time they cut live support on Switch, PS4, and PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. That is my main question. They said they're gonna have a update live stream about the next month. I think they said they're doing it. So I'm really curious, because worst case scenario, if I want to keep playing the game, I can. I can play it on PC. It's no problem. But I really do like playing the game on my Switch. And since that's how my channel blew up, right? Not really blew up, but that's how my channel grew here on YouTube and my Twitch channel as well as playing Dead by Day on Nintendo Switch. And I like playing it there. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. I'm very surprised nothing Switch 2. That was like the one announcement I was hoping they'd say. Because they have to know people really want this game on Nintendo Switch 2. So we'll have to see with that graphical stuff. Because there's no fucking way that's going to run on a Switch, right? No way. So maybe whenever that update would come out next year, maybe that's when the Switch 2 version would come out, you would think. guess we'll just have to see. Yeah, it does look visually looks really nice though. So, not a lot of big announcements for me personally. The funniest thing is the Scooby Doo thing though. I've been joking about it for so long. I actually did. That's pretty funny. But yeah, other than that, yeah, I think most of it's pretty cool. A lot of cool, more collection stuff, I guess. The movie, don't really give a shit about the movie. Probably not watching it. The indie game thing there was really weird in the middle. Why would they just not do that in a separate stream or something? I guess I can understand why they did it here because there's so many people watching this, probably, right? But kind of weird indie ad block thing in the middle. But yeah, I guess for me, the Scooby Doo thing is funny. And that new weather system, I think that looks fucking cool. I'm pretty excited for that. But then, like I said, is it going to run on Switch? That's my biggest question. I want to say no. So maybe they secretly are working on a Nintendo Switch 2 version. But because now the big question is, if they would do a Switch version, Switch 2, and they're new this big graphical update, like, would that be a waste of time just to do the current DVD to Switch 2 and then more development work to have the new graphical stuff update for Switch 2? So maybe when that stuff comes out, then you'd say, fucking, that's when Switch 2 comes out. And then will they cut support for Switch 1? That's the question. Because I think at some point in time, they will stop supporting the Switch version of the game. Because there's no way they're going to keep supporting the Switch version. And still surprised they're still supporting, like I said, Switch, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. They're still getting supported. So, well, I guess we'll have to see. I'm kind of leaving me personally with more questions than answers about the future. But that looks cool. Like I said, worst case scenario, some reason Nintendo version doesn't exist anymore. We'll play on PC, right? So, because like I said, I think that weather system, I think it looks fucking really cool. It looks dramatically better. Because they already did a graphical overhaul. So, like, the current maps in the game are basically the first time they did graphical overhaul. Now they're doing it again. But this time it seems like it's dramatically improved over the first version. So, we'll have to wait and see, I guess, right? So, I think that's going to do it for me. Scooby-Doo's funny. Terrifier, sure, I guess. I don't know. That's the new chapter in November. That actually got leaked. Mainly because like Fortnite's adding a bunch of new skins. And there's like literally like a Dead by Daylight section with Jason there and also Terrifier. So Terrifier actually got leaked ahead of time. I think some of the new graphical overhaul also leaked ahead of time. But now it's like seeing that video footage there. It actually looks really nice. It really does. It looks so much fucking better, this game. I think that's all I have to say. The new map, Shopping Mall, could be interesting. It is an indoor map. I usually think the indoor maps are not great in Dead by Daylight. I think really the only indoor map I like is maybe just Midwich and Raccoon City. Cause I actually don't mind Larry's and I don't mind just the gamers. Okay, maybe it's just those two. It's like, okay, the indoor maps are okay. I'd rather have the open maps. So. They also didn't show Coldwind. When they showed the new graphical update for Coldwind, I hope they go back to the old look because I was not a big fan of making it like all bright and sunny and whatnot. Because it kind of reminds me of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The old Coldwind was more like darker and like spookier. It looks so much better, the old Coldwind. I think the new Coldwind kind of blows. So hopefully they go back to the old Coldwind because they said they wanted to put the more horror back into the game. So I'm kind of crossing my fingers they do that. Also, with the new graphical overhaul, will they actually do all the license stuff and redo all that too? Because there's a handful of license maps in the game. You know, Raccoon, Midwich. This is the 4 Nightmare on Elm Street maps. Badham. That's licensed, right? There's probably a few more I can't think of. So, but yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see. They said next year. They're targeting next year, so that's the goal they said. So. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Scooby-Doo's funny. That's the only thing I think of. They actually did it. I think that's pretty fucking funny. It is a cosmetic, which would make sense. I think they would be fun if they did a killer. Because they could just make it funny and goofy and cartoony, but they probably don't want to do that. But Scooby-Doo, and it sounds like there's going to be more of them, so probably all the mystery team. So there'll be like a Shaggy. I have to get that. I've been joking about it for so fucking long. We'll have to get 1 or 2. Or maybe there's all of them. All Matt Jenkins. Man, so now Warner Brothers shit's in here, right? Which is now Paramount, which is fucking stupid. Just put whatever in this game. Who gives a shit? All right. I want Dragon Ball Z. I think Dragon Ball Z would work perfectly. Have Mr. Satan as the survivor, or Hercule, and have Cell as the killer. I think that'd make sense. But they probably don't want blood and gore, right? Because Dragon Ball really does have blood and gore. Does have blood, but not gore. I think that's all I have to say. I'm just kind of rambling now, so Scooby-Doo's funny. Cool. The new look of the game looks fucking great. Sadly, no Nintendo Switch 2 version. That was the one thing I was hoping they would actually announce here. Maybe they would do that later. But maybe, like I said, it makes sense. Maybe they're waiting for the big graphical update when that's done, and then that's when you maybe launch the Switch 2 version. So I guess I will have to wait and see, because like I said, there's no way that runs on Switch 1 hardware. There's no fucking way. That's a really old, outdated hardware, so... I think that's all I have to say now. I'm just rambling now. Jason's out in 2 days. We'll get him when he launches on Switch. Which I guess will be tomorrow by the time, because I'm posting this the next day on the 15th, this video. I think that's it. I think that's enough of me rambling. So, yeah, I guess we'll have to look forward to the future of Dead by Daylight. Hopefully we'll get a Switch 2 version. So that's all I want. The reason I'm talking about that, though, because like I said, I mostly played on Nintendo Switch. That's kind of how my channel grew, was playing this game on Switch. Because like I said, I like playing the game on Nintendo Switch. There's not many people that actually play on Switch anymore that I've seen. There's probably more people, I just don't know. So, all right, I'm just rambling now. So I guess we'll have to wait and see the future of Dead by Daylight. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you kind of enjoyed my reactions, I guess, to this. For the most part, I think most of the shit they showed, I don't give a fuck about, to be honest with you. Besides the stuff I mentioned. So, and Terrifier, I guess we'll see. Like I said, I've never seen those movies. So, but yeah, I guess we'll have to see. Oh, the new chapter. I guess I didn't mention that. The Judgment. That looks cool. So I guess we'll have to see how that looks. So, yeah, I think I'm rambling. If there's something else I forget, maybe we'll talk about it next time I play the game. So, but yeah, thanks for watching, and I guess let me know in the comments what you think of the future of Dead by Daylight. If you're new to the channel and you would like to help support, like the video, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel, and click that notification bell icon so you will know when new videos are out. And if you'd like to check out some Dead by Daylight videos, I do have a Dead by Daylight playlist in the video description down below if you'd like to check some out. That's going to do it for me, everyone. So have a great day. Take it easy, and I will see everyone